Hello, hello, hello. It's Tanasha Smith, your registered social worker and therapist located in Brampton, Ontario. And my private practice is called Mastery of Self. And today is Monday, which means it's another magical Monday. I started doing my lives on my personal page on Facebook. And the reason behind it was to get people to understand that living in your past can only keep you in your past. So I started to share my testimonies based on what I've been through and what I've overcame. And I then opened my business and decided, you know what, I'm going to move it over from my personal page to my professional page. And that is how Magical Mondays started. And Mondays are usually the toughest days of the week. Nobody wants to get up Monday to start working anywhere. And so I decided to use Monday as the day to make it fresh, to start your day, your week magical, and to understand that you can change the mood of your day any given time. You can make the change with you, not with those around you. And so, once again, this is Mastery of Self, and it's Magical Monday. And today I'm going to, as always, encourage you, inspire you to be your best self. What did you do for yourself today? In a sense, the day's not done, but what did you do to pour into yourself? Did you go for a walk? Did you exercise? Did you read a book? Did you take time away from social media? Yes, I know I'm live on Facebook, but sometimes we need a break. It's good to take a break. Breaks are good. When we overwhelm ourselves with the same things over and over, we get burned out, even with work, even with our children, and even with our minds. And so I hope that gives you some inspiration that spend time with yourself. Find time to spend with yourself. That is your self-care tip for today. Always coming with some tips because taking care of yourself is very important. And the more we, evolve and become wise on this earth, we will always be working on self. It never stops. Self-work never stops. Okay? Hello, welcome, welcome. And so in my book, Once Broken, that I've written, it's been 2 months now. Can you believe that? 2 months. And as I've mentioned before, it's a story of myself going through my own trials and tribulations and healing, finding the diamond that was inside of me that I didn't know that I had. And that's basically what life is all about, is finding the love that we have in ourselves because we are love, finding who we are and falling in love with who we find, right? And so today I want to discuss the importance of letting go of the past. Letting go of what doesn't serve us, letting go of what we couldn't fix, letting go of things that we've done to ourselves and maybe even to others, and letting go, because if we don't let go, we're gonna suffocate. And that is part of my counseling. I deal with trauma. I deal with the past. I deal with guiding you into a place of wholeness and getting you to see yourself in a better light. And so today in Once Broken, I am going to read chapter 6 poem and give you a little insight of chapter 6, which is called Sight. Like that, eh? I like that too. And so the poem starts with, it's the title of the poem, and it goes like this. A love letter. I knew you before you were formed inside your mother's womb. I remember your first step, and when you spoke your first word. You are very special to me, and I love you just the way you are. I knew one day you would come to appreciate your identity and fall in love with your beautiful skin and thick curly hair, designed to keep your favorite styles. Your unique shaped nose and gorgeous almond eyes capture the beauty within you. You are loved and have been my hidden treasure for many to discover. My beloved, I blessed you with a precious heart. Guard it with all your might, for it is most priceless treasure to the source of your entire being. My words are your light. You will need it to help you navigate your way back to me when you get lost in the darkness. Trust that my words will silence your worries and refresh your spirit when you replace your thoughts with my truth. Beloved, once you have discovered the true gem that you are to me, you will shine bright, living your best life with me. Know that you are loved. My greatest treasure is you. With love, your Heavenly Father. That is a love letter in Once Broken that I wrote to myself. And it's an expression of true love of the self and finding the higher power for me, which is God, that I had to lean on in order to get over the issues that I couldn't face on a daily basis. And that was depression, that was broken heart, that was drama of the past. Thank you. Yes, very powerful. And so chapter 6, which is called Sight, I speak from the vision of looking from the inside out and understanding all that I've been through and the stupid decisions I made when I was depressed. And so it starts off with my health issues, because you see, when you are depressed, you have health issues. Your issues can be from body pain to not sleeping well, to isolating yourself, having to take medication, which is fine because some of us need to take medication in order to get to a better place. Being in the darkness, which means being buried in some hardship, some things that you can't refuse from seeing every day. It constantly comes in your mind, and you constantly remind yourself of the pain and of the past. And so chapter 6 speaks about my abortion. Yes, you heard me right. My abortion. You see, a lot of people find it hard to talk about their truth and their past because they're not over it. And this girl, who's very transparent, has gotten over many things. I couldn't be here today on Facebook if I haven't gotten over my past. We have secrets, and some of us refuse to share those stories. And I was also married when I had my abortion. I have 2 children, 2 beautiful, amazing, bright children, a boy and a girl. And what I discovered after my first son, which is my only son, I discovered that after having him, I was only 18 years old. I was troubled. Thank you, my dear. I was so troubled after having him. And I had visions that one day what happened to me as a little girl in my book, Once Broken, when I was sexually abused, I thought that would reoccur to my son. So the fear of not only being a young mom, but trying to understand what this fear that overcame me and the sadness that sat upon my mind and my heart and in my spirit. And so I didn't feel to hurt him, because postpartum can be dangerous, right? It's either you want to hurt someone or hurt yourself. And to me, because I've experienced it twice, I realize that it's a battle of the mind. One, you have to get used to this body that you're now, after birth, have to get used to. The stomach, the huge breasts, the milk coming in, the breastfeeding, the constant of you not even existing anymore because it's all about the precious baby. On top of that, I had to deal with the fact that I was not only raped, molested, sexually abused. I've never dealt with any of my issues. Rejection, child abuse. The list goes on. Get the book, Once Broken. And so having to go through all that, there was no therapy, there was no counseling of any sort, there was no anything. And so here I am as an 18-year-old with my newborn baby, and I'm battling with these thoughts. my baby number 2. Now, what I experienced postpartum with my son, oh, it was just 10 times worse with my daughter. It worsened. At this point, I wanted to take my life. I couldn't explain what was happening to me. And that's the toughest part, when you can't explain what you're experiencing, because it's a feeling thing. And so I would revisit constant different past events that took place in my life, constant. And that's depression. It's a cycle that never stops. It's a roller coaster that you can't get off of until you seek the help that you need. And so in my time, even though I'm studying to become a social worker, I am studying to finish my schooling. During all this process, I never thought to myself that one day someone's going to have to come to me and express how they feel. And I wouldn't go seek for help, because in my culture, you don't tell people your business. It's just that. And so because I didn't tell people my business, then I can't get my healing that I need, because I've been told you don't share your personal story. You don't tell anybody what you've been through. And so here I am battling. I don't know what I should tell from what I don't tell. I don't know what to do with my feelings. And the one thing that saved me through this process of healing and discovering, I would journal. I would journal my feelings. I would journal how I felt. And that was expressing. So it was a way, it was my outlet. And so as long as we have a healthy outlet for where we go to release, we're good. But some of us attach ourselves to negative outlets, which can be alcohol, drug use, sex, porn, food, anything that is comforting and is a repetitive cycle that you now are addicted to. And so in chapter 6, I discuss my health issues going through depression, and then I discuss the fact that I become pregnant when I was trying to understand what was going on with my body. And that was just devastating. I've already made up my mind. I didn't want to have any more kids. And as tough as it may be for some to even accept, a lot of us don't even want to even say out loud that I made that decision. I've had clients who come to me and share their deepest secrets that they keep within themselves, because no one don't know your business unless you say, right? And you won't get the help you need unless you ask for help. And so it is very embarrassing for anyone to be like, yeah, I had an abortion. It's embarrassing. But to me, I look at it, it's a lesson well learned, because life, we have to make mistakes in order to grow and become wise. And so when you are depressed, you make stupid decisions. You do things that you wouldn't do from a happy place, a place of love. And I couldn't love myself because I didn't think I was worthy to be loved. And if I'm going to love someone else and I don't love myself, there is no love whatsoever. That is fake. It's false, because true love comes from within. And so when you are broken, so broken that you can't even look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You are the foundation of my spirit. You uplift me when I see you in the morning. When I hear your voice, I get a tingle inside that just makes me blossom. If you can't even look at yourself and tell you are beautiful, you are strength, you are powerful, you can discover anything, and you can be anything you want to be. You can reach for the stars, and you can go beyond the stars. You can become the perfect image of what you see in your mind, because what you think you become. And so I was so broken that I could only see the negative of who I thought I was. I could only see the negative that happened to me. And so I thought my worth was my past. Yes, I thought my worth was my past. And so I sat in it. And I allowed it to come and invite its friends. And I would have Chinese food there, and I'd have a bottle of wine now and then. I will even sit down and watch TV with all these negative lies that I told myself to believe a thing that is not true. Yes, growing up believing it's a bad thing. Yes. And so with the thoughts that you put into your mind becomes the thing that you think every day. So whatever you put in your mind, if you think that you are not deserving of love, love is not what's going to gravitate to you, because you can't give it to yourself. And so I encourage you today to pour as much love as you need for you. And it's not being selfish, it's called self-care. And it's not that you don't love those who are around you. You got to think of yourself first. You come first, always. You are a priority. Why? Because without you, there's nothing. If you don't have you, there is nothing. You can't be a mom, you can't be a wife, you can't be a friend, you can't be an employee if you're broken. You can't go to work, because right now we're all virtual, some of us. You can't show up at the workplace and be useful if you ain't even useful for yourself. So pour into yourself. Let go of the past because it will never serve you good. And find the help that you need so that you can walk into your purpose. Yes. Birth out something out of you that you are meant to be. Your broken heart, your divorce, the things that you've been through as a child growing up, your parents maybe rejecting you, neglecting you, maybe even child abuse, or even sexual abuse like myself, or even just having a breakup where you were once with someone and you were pregnant, and because of that breakup, you decided to abort the baby. You are still deserving of love. And I'm on here to tell you, based on my personal experience and as a social worker, you are deserving of love. You're deserving of everything that you think that you deserve, which is greater than you. You are powerful with beyond dimensions of our brain. Why? Because we can either create negativity or we can create positivity. And so I leave you with that today, to pour into yourself every day, little by little, so that you can overcome the past. Don't worry about who ain't doing what for you. Don't walk on this earth expecting humans to know what they should do to you and for you. Expectations bring you to a place of defeat and failure, sadness and depression. Don't have expectations for people. Have expectations for yourself. You know why? Because you can control you. You can love on you. You can speak into you. You can change you. You can't change those who are around you. Pray for them. I encourage you. Pray for them. But please just be a priority. Wake up every day and have a routine. Pour into yourself. If it's to read a scripture, a motivation, an affirmation every day, and recycle that, change it up. If it's not working, don't use the same methods to apply to different issues, right? Some of us want to use the same methods that we used last year to apply to the new emotions and different situations we're going through today. Change it up. Change up your routine. Pour into yourself. Love on yourself. Speak life into yourself every day. Who cares if anyone's listening? You are doing a work on you, which is called self-care. And I hope that all that I have said in this little 18 minutes of my time, that I have encouraged you to believe that you are more powerful than what you think and what you think you become. And if you do the self-work to let go of the past, you're going to walk into your destiny. You're going to take stand and dominion over what you want in your life, because you can. And even though we are facing some tough times, don't allow the situation, what we're living in, to consume you. Change your mindset. Find things that's going to elevate you. We're in a time now we can create some things that are beyond ourselves. Find time to put into yourself. It is important. It is self-care, and it's all that you need is to put you first. I hope this and many other things that I do helps you to motivate others to believe in themselves. And once again, it's Tanasha. I am the social worker at Mastery of Self, Inc. I am welcoming new clients virtually and in person. I deal with trauma and mental health issues, and you can find me here on Facebook, IG, Mastery_of Self, or on LinkedIn as Tanasha Smith. You can send me an email at info@masteryofselfinc.ca. You can also give me a call, 905-218-3515. Be good, always be your best, and never stop and never give up on you. Take care.